I guess what we welcome?
Yeah.
Welcome everyone to F3 Transformations. Faith, family, and fitness. Good job, cuz. I'm proud of you in the 2019.
Yeah.
So, we want to do a Q&A session because we receive a lot of questions around fitness. Well, not just fitness, just anything. So this one will be more fitness focused.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, F3 holistically is faith, family, and fitness. So anything around faith, family, or fitness, or any other questions that anyone may have, we're here to comment on them. To answer them the best we can.
Yeah, the best we can. We're not saying we're gurus or super holistic experts, but you know, between both of us, we have collectively probably 25 years workout experience or more, training experience. So you've seen a lot, tried a lot, studied a lot, so yeah, just giving you our little 2 cents. So we're by the way, this is Wes. He's been in a few other videos. He hadn't formally introduced himself, but
oh, my bad.
You'll be seeing more of him. But
my
yeah.
name is Wes. Yes.
Alright, we'll kick out this Q&A with
We're gonna jump right into it.
Yeah,
no more intros. Okay, first question that we have: cardio before or after weights? You know, it seems like we got this one a lot.
Yeah.
Especially in our group me, fit group.
Yeah.
Of preference. Me personally, I like doing cardio after weights. And I'll explain that. Is like typically, and another thing, I don't count minutes when I do cardio. I try to count, calories burned in a particular session. But you have your variation of cardio session, you have Tabata, HIIT, anything of that nature. And me personally, I like to lift heavy on my weight days. So I typically try to do cardio after my heavy lifts because I feel like it takes away from my energy levels. And like I said, people, it's a preference thing, but me personally, I like to do it after. Now, if I'm doing legs, on a leg day in particular, I try to skip cardio altogether.
Yeah.
But I do, like I'll get on the bike or the elliptical or something of that nature to warm up my legs, because I'm not a young whippersnapper like I used to be. Or I could just jump out there and without stretching or anything. Stretching is key, people. Stretching.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's my take on it.
Pretty much I'm the same. If you want to be most efficient at your workouts, I definitely do my cardio afterwards. Doing a warm-up is totally different than doing a full cardio session before. So if you need 5 to 10 minutes to loosen up, especially when it's cold, to warm your muscles up, do some dynamic stretching beforehand. 5 to 10 minutes should be sufficient enough to get you going. But yeah, I mean, unless you're a marathoner or a sprinter and you want to be good at running, you do a lot of running. If you want to be better at weightlifting, build more muscle, your focus needs to be on weightlifting and building muscle. So for both of us, cardio post-workout. I'll take the next question. What are macros? Macros, in short, the big three: protein, fats, and carbs, and alcohol if you count that, which will make 4. Most people don't count alcohol, but I guess I could add that in at the end of this. But
like Hennessy? Vodka?
Yeah, all that. But yeah, protein is 4 calories per gram. Carbs are 4 calories per gram, and fats 9 calories per gram. And alcohol is 7 calories per gram. But most people, they'll just go by, just say if it's a light beer and it has 120 calories. This is the easy way to track alcohol. it may say 100 calories, 120 calories on the bottle, but it may say something in the line of 5 carbs. So if you know any kind of math, you know 5 times 4 is going to equal 20. So that would only be 20 calories. So the way to get the calories or macros, you either track your alcohol as fat or carb. So just say for instance you have 120 calories, you divide that by 4, that'll give you 30 carbs. If you put it at carbs, if you divide it by 9, 120 by 9, that would give you roughly, what, about 12 fat? So you can either track it as fat or as carbs. And that way you'll stay on top of it. You won't, you know, go over your macros or in any kind of way. But we'll do another video more in depth on that. Next question.
Next question we have. It looks like I picked all the cardio questions.
Yeah.
I should have just combined all of them into one.
Hey man.
Is cardio necessary?
Yeah.
I think cardio is necessary. But also, I would look at it from the standpoint of what are your goals.
Yeah.
If you're trying to bulk and into a caloric surplus, I tend to not do as much cardio as I would if I was trying to cut. I think cardio is definitely important when you're trying to get lean or cut, or if you're a competitor and you know you're about to step on stage for a bodybuilding competition or something of that nature. It is definitely important and key to do cardio because that helps with your caloric deficit when you're tracking your macros.
Yeah.
Marcus mentioned. What you think of?
Yeah. I'd say you can lose weight without cardio, but it can be a double-edged sword because cardio just creates that extra deficit where, just say if you're in a deficit and, I don't know, roughly you're a 140-pound female, and for you it takes 1,600 calories to put you in a deficit. So for me, I'd rather add in more cardio versus you can just drop the deficit from your calories without cardio. Granted, you'll still lose weight, but it's gonna suck with super low calories. So like he was saying, the cardio can help create that deficit with allowing you to eat more. So I'd rather do a little more cardio and be able to eat more on the back end versus sitting here on 1,200 calories, which would suck. So you can lose weight without cardio, but the amount of food you have to eat, depending on your body type, it may suck because the calories may be too low for your liking. But yeah, I mean, of course, lifting weights, cardio just doesn't come in the form of course, just getting on the treadmill. You can do complexes, like he was saying earlier, Tabatas. Like one of his friends, I always say, he don't do cardio, he just lift weights fast.
Shout out to Dex Flex.
Yeah, so, hey man, you can make it work. Next question, what's the best diet? Whichever one you can stick to. That's the way I put it. There was a study a few years back, and they tested 11 diets on maybe 5 or 6 people. All of them tried the diets. And which one worked? All of them worked according to your goals. So if you're trying to lose weight, no matter if you're doing paleo, keto, intermittent fasting, if you're trying to lose weight, be in a caloric deficit. If you're trying to gain weight, be in a caloric surplus. So they all worked. It's just the one that's easiest for you to follow, that you can do without thinking twice about it, that fits your lifestyle. So me personally, I like if it fits your macros.
Flexible diet.
He's on board with the flexible diet. If it fits your macros.
To do that.
But at the end of the day, deficit, surplus. It don't matter which diet you do, just the one that you can stick to?
Yeah, I get asked that question a lot. Like, it happened last week, actually. What do you eat? You eat chicken and broccoli. You know, everybody thinks that you have to just eat chicken, broccoli, asparagus, just all lean meats and fish, and
if it fits, man,
in order for it to work. But like I say, you got me on board with the flexible diet, and if it fits, then hey, if you want to have 3 donuts and that puts you at the top end of your carb, you just know you can't have any more carbs for that day.
Basically.
So,
like I tell people all the time, it's like a budget or balancing a checkbook. You know you got $100 that you can only spend for this day, so you got to budget it out. You can budget it beforehand, or you can budget it as the day goes on. Typically, if you budget it as the day goes on, you might mess up somewhere. If you could just pre-plan, maybe about 60%. Alright, next question.
fasted cardio. All the cardio questions. Is it necessary? Oh man. So people have their theories about fasted cardio being better than fed cardio. Yeah. And you can come fight me if you would like. I will give you my address. You can come fight me. But no, it is not better than any other type of cardio. Yeah. And like I said, you can come fight me about that. So, and I did some research on this because I think my first time I wanted to cut, I was trying to figure out if, fasted was the way to go. And me personally, I'm not a morning person. Yeah. I don't like getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, empty stomach.
Interrupting your sleep.
Interrupting my sleep to try to go do some cardio to save a little bit on burning fat and calories. Yeah. So in 1999, there was this guy, I think Bill Phillips was his name. He wrote this book called Fit for Life, or something like that. And he had a cardio chapter, and he basically went through this whole spiel about, did this aerobics exercise on an empty stomach. Yeah. And said that this was the best thing since sliced bread, since Moses parted the Red Sea. And, since then, like bodybuilders, everybody has sworn by those statements. So other scientists, nutritionists, health gurus have debunked this, and it's not true, guys. It's not. I'm sorry to disappoint you. But you will not be leaner if you do fasted cardio every single morning. And what that boils down to, your metabolism doesn't work in a vacuum. And what I mean by that is, like, if you burn X number of calories for a particular day, you can't look at that day as, you have to look at it from a weekly perspective. Like when we're tracking our macros, or being in a caloric deficit, we just don't look at it from that day's standpoint. You have to look at it from like a week's standpoint. But no, you will not burn any additional. It will not show your obliques more if you do fasted cardio as opposed to fed cardio. As long as you burn what you need to burn in that particular time frame, same results. Yeah. Fight me if you want.
Yes, I'm all in on that. I'm the same way. Main thing is just do it. If you have a prescribed number of minutes or calories of cardio, if your lifestyle enables you to do fasted cardio, that's perfect. But if your lifestyle doesn't, don't feel bad if you have to do it post-workout or separate from your session. Of course, you don't want to get on the treadmill. You just ate a big steak meal and potato. You're going to see it again probably on the treadmill. Mm-hmm. But cardio is cardio, man. As long as you get that deficit, hey, you gonna
hit your deficit.
That's it.
Next question.
Next question: are supplements necessary?
The juice?
Tropicana. Are supplements necessary? And I'm gonna give you a big no. They're helpful, but they're not necessary. If your diet's in order, sleep is in order, water's in order, training's in order. Hey, unless you have a deficiency, and the only way to know that, of course, is if you do a blood test. And then, you know, specific vitamins that help. Of course, if you have a hard time eating protein powders help. Pre-workout helps. Amazing if you work a 9 to 5 long day. Caffeine is magical, man.
What about the fat burner L-carnitine?
Yeah, they help.
Tablets.
Attack thermogenics. They can help attack fat stores, but they're not necessary. At the end of the day, like I said, if diet's in order, I've known people on bare minimums. I've been on bare minimums, just strictly diet before. Make sure I'm hitting my macros, my protein numbers, carb numbers, getting enough sleep. But like I said, supplements can be helpful, but they're not necessary.
That's the thing. Some people think that, you know, if I take this,
Yeah.
and that's because of the athletes that
Yeah.
subscribe to it and advertise it, you know, and they're all jacked and walking
FYI,
around.
most of
them are also
on something else that you don't know about. Nothing against them, but yeah, young and naive, that's not all they take in 9 times out of 10. So supplements are helpful, but not necessary. Me, myself, I take certain vitamins. Vitamin D3, fish oil, creatine, glutamine, protein when I need it, pre-workout, multivitamin, vitamin C. And that's cool with me, but like I said, my diet's typically on point, whether my goal is cutting or bulking. You want to weigh in on it?
Yeah, I think I'm the same way. Like I said, you know, you see these famous athletes and people in the powerlifters or bodybuilders that are you see on bodybuilding.com or your gym sharks, and I'm not by any means calling out these people, but typically they're on something else besides taking a scoop of Synthesix or taking some C4. But like Marcus said, if you need it or if your lifestyle depicts that of you're just completely drained after a long day's of work and, you know, from your 9 to 5, then yes, a scoop of pre-workout would help you push through that workout. And me, for instance, like I have a hard time sometimes hitting my protein that's allotted. So that's why I take a protein powder. And like I said, vitamin C, I take vitamin C, multivitamin, melatonin at times when I've taken my pre-workout a little late,
A little too late.
and need to go to sleep, and glucosamine tablets sometimes. Those help because of these joints. But yeah, other than that, that's it for me. Next question. Will squats build a booty? Squats before shots. Building that peach. Ladies.
Oh, man.
I don't even want to go on a tangent about
This might be the most sought after question ever.
Squat programs. I commend women especially that are in the industry that have made a killing off of their squat programs alone. But personally, yes, squats do help build a booty, but I don't think that's the end all be all of what you need for if you want that peach, ladies in particular. You know, they mainly focus on, you know, your glutes, predominantly your glutes, hamstrings and quads alike, but mainly your glutes. But I feel like you also have to have the variation of exercises that, you know, hit your abductors, your adductor, hip flexors, your hamstring isolated exercises, your curls, your leg extensions to focus on your quad, because it all comes together. All of that fits together within one to build that physique that you want, or that peach that you want, ladies. Cause I don't know. I know you get a lot of questions about that. You
yeah,
weigh in on that.
Squats are a great tool, but like you said, it's not the end all be all. In my opinion, it also depends on body type and genetics, because you have some genetic freaks who can just, I don't know, do squats once a week, every other week, and they'll get shapely legs from hamstrings, quads on up to glutes. But some people, I mean, they have to do killer leg workouts multiple times a week, just like other body parts. Genetically, some might grow better than others from minimal work, some more work. But if you want to balance, and you see it all the time in this day and age, especially IG and videos with the butt implants, butt surgeries, you see how the butt's big but the legs don't match. It's like a sideways C or money wad, and the hamstrings are flat. So ladies, you want that balanced look. You want your quads and hams to match your butt. That's just my personal opinion. But a balanced leg workout can't go wrong. I mean, add in some lunges, some hip thrusts, which great for glutes. Don't be afraid to deadlift, sumo deadlift. Don't be afraid of plyometrics. All that helps. So don't just think, okay, I'm getting this 30-day squat program, squat every day, I'm gonna gain 4 inches on my booty.
No.
So get in the gym, put some work in. Don't be scared, and don't be scared of hitting weights, please. You're not gonna look like a man. Genetically, your hormones will not allow you to look like a man unless you're on a foreign substance. And yeah. Other than that. Alright, next question. What's the difference between counting macros and counting calories? There's a difference. Many people think there isn't, but if you count macros, you're also counting calories, whether you realize it or not. Like I said, because protein is 4 calories per gram, carbs 4 calories per gram, fats 9 calories per gram. So if you're just counting calories like the old slim fast diets, but you're not monitoring your macros, you'll still meet your goals, whether it's losing weight or gain weight, whether as long as you're in your deficit or surplus, but your body composition may be off. So just say if I give you a certain amount of macros for a 2,000 calorie diet, 200 carb, 200 protein, 44 fat, versus somebody who doesn't count macros, only counts calories, their macros could be way off. So just say if their 2,000 calories is 38 protein, 188 carbs, 67 fat. Out of the two of those, who you think would have better body composition, better energy? It would be the person that has the balanced macros, or according to their lifestyle. So essentially, if I had to choose one, I would, like I said, they're kind of one and the same, but if you want to go in depth, count macros, hit your numbers, just make sure you're in deficit, and like I said, better body composition will come from a balanced set of macros.
I agree. Next question. What is an effective workout length? Oh wow. So here's where my life will probably adjust later in that regard. But I don't think there's an effective time to where, I mean, workouts can range from 30 minutes to 2.5 hours. I can typically be in the gym for 2 hours, like without fail, on any given day, and that's not even including if I'm doing cardio for that particular day, or if you want to incorporate abs and things of that nature, and just cooling off and stretching afterwards. which I need to do more of. But I'm 2 hours in the gym, but I've had those 30 to 45 minute workouts, and they were productive.
Yeah.
So I mean, as long as it's productive, your heart rate is elevated, you're burning calories, and focusing on if it's lifts or if it's just a cardio session, a Tabata, a hit. The main thing is getting that elevated heart rate. Whatever the exercises may be or whatever that day may entail. So there's really no rhyme or reason to say, well, I'm just going to limit myself to these 45 minutes. Just know that within that 45 minutes, if you're hitting all upper body, you have to make that thing quick. Maybe one exercise.
Bunch of supersets.
Exactly, a bunch of supersets, high reps, and only like 2 sets of it.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like I said, as long as it's productive, I've had some of my best workouts in 45 minutes to an hour. Because, especially if I'm on limited time, okay, I know I got to get in. I'm more focused for one, because I know, okay, man, I only got this amount of time, so I got to plan out of my head.
You have so many other things going on in life. Yeah. Like you have life outside of the gym.
And even limited time and limited equipment sometimes. Because some of my best workouts, I've come up with different exercise variations from limited equipment. And what's the quote? Necessity leads to invention, or something of that nature. So yeah, short workouts, long workouts, as long as it's effective. Like I said, it depends on what phase I'm in. If I'm doing powerlifting, my rest periods are going to be longer, so I might be in the gym longer. It just take longer to recover with higher intensity, higher weights, versus physique prep where I'm moving a little faster, my rest periods are shorter, I'm supersetting. So yeah, that can have a big difference on it.
I'll say this, and we can go to the next one, but it reminded me when you said limited equipment. You go to these elaborate gyms and just you can have a field day. It's like the Toys R Us for an adult.
Working out.
Exactly. And that's one thing with the gym. People say, why you stay in the gym so much? You're in the gym all the time. That's my time away from everything. That's my quote unquote man cave where I can just go and not have a care in the world. So sometimes, even though I do focus on my lifts, I'm able to take my time and just kind of relax through them and have that focus just on my lifts, not what I have to do the next day at work or what am I going to do this weekend, or just my priorities, if you will.
Exactly.
And on the limited equipment, remember that time I called you and I went home. Bless my dad's heart. So I'm telling you this, we can move on. Bless my dad's heart. He has a treadmill, bike. Recently got some, he caught his barbell and his weights. I'm thinking I'm going to get this, Texas bar, 45-pound, but no, it's nothing of that nature. But anyway, a couple of years ago, I went home and I wanted to work out. There's not many limited on gyms down there, and my dad had, it was 15 pound dumbbells. I thought they were 25 before I went home, but they were 15 pounds. So I text Marcus and said, I don't know what I'm about to do. This is all he has. So he takes me a quick workout. I forgot what all it entailed. But, I mean, it may have been like walking lunges or like bent over rear delt flies, superset with some lateral reps. I think it was a shoulder workout.
Yeah.
Like bunch of supersets, lateral raises, front raises, presses. But I said all that to say that it was like 30 minutes and I almost died. So time frame, equipment that you have, you can still
Yeah.
put in work regardless.
Yeah. No excuses. Alright, I think this is our last question. Should cardio be deducted from overall calories? My personal opinion, I don't deduct them. If I have a certain number of calories need to hit, I'll hit those calories. But my cardio is totally separate from that. So, just say if I'm hitting 2,200 calories a day, but I have 400 calories of prescribed cardio, I do my cardio. Do I add that 400 calories back in at the end? No, because that's gonna affect your deficit that you're trying to reach. Because if you use my fitness pal, of course, if you track your cardio, it's essentially going to add the deficit that you created back in. Most people eat up to that deficit, but I say just leave it out. Oftentimes I won't even track it in there, but and on the flip side, of course, if you're doing a cut, most people start at maybe 15-20% deficit. So just say you have 5,000 calories, 20% from that would be 1,000. That would take you to 4,000 calories. And you have prescribed 300 calories of cardio 3 times a week. Do you subtract that 9 or add it back in at the end? I don't think you should. That's my personal opinion. Some people do, but it's just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, because I think when I first started doing this and you were helping me out with it, I was subtracting it from it early on when instead of just leaving out my cardio altogether, and yeah, I think it does have an impact on that.
Yeah. That's just our opinion.
Just our opinion.
Yeah. I think that was the last question.
I think so. I don't have any more cardio questions. That was it.
Okie doke. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I know this video may have been a little lengthy, but we've answered a few of the questions we received. We have another Q&A coming soon. We
could do a live one, depending on how much, what feedback you get from this one. We can do a live one.
Live Q&A coming soon.
That should be interesting.
Yeah. Some of the questions we'll probably get. But thank you guys for tuning in to F3 Transformations. Hey, have a happy 2019.
Yes. Peace. Blessings. Be prosperous. We out.